Hello and welcome to FarmBusinessConsulting.com. I'm Kent Ploce and I'm going to be taking you through the StatsCan stocks report that was released on February 5th at 6:30 a.m. Mountain Time. What we saw in the report was pretty much confirming what traders had thought was going to be coming out in the report. And when I say that, I mean the canola numbers have really been shooting up. Basically, canola since January 11 has gone up $55 per ton. So again, this is confirming why it's been going up $55 a ton. The numbers are bullish for canola. One thing I want to point out that not too many analysts will tell you is that this number that says this is stocks on farm, I've actually been at a producer's place when StatsCan has phoned them, and I really feel they ask the wrong questions. They pretty much ask you, when they're phoning in December, they're asking you how much you have in your bin, but they're not asking you if it's committed or sold to anybody. So the trade pretty much has to decipher through how much they have on contracts. So say in our circumstance, when we have January basis that of course we rolled over to May futures, when StatsCan is phoning, if you were one of the lucky ones that got the call, if you don't clarify to them that it's committed to somewhere, they might they'll never ask you that question. So this number, the trade most likely will put down at about a 6.8 to 6.5. And why this is forever important, let me just get rid of these drawings. Why this is important is export is up to 7.5 million metric ton. Crush is currently looking at, when the trade thought back in October, they're thinking about 6.5, but huge margins have pushed this number up to 7.6 million metric ton is the actual number. So these two combined, of course, we're looking at 15.1 million metric ton usage. And again, why this is important is we only came in, so our supply was 13.3. And like I've said, for the last 3 years, we're terrible on our carryout. StatsCan never had the right number for the last 3 years. Of course, if you put in the 1.2 that they said was going to come in, we're still upside down. But I figure we're probably around maybe 500,000 metric ton. So that puts us at total supply is equal to basically 13.8, and demand, we're looking at 15.1. There's only one way to solve this equation, and it's called price rationing. And obviously, when you saw what I just put up there, $55 in less than a month, basically a 4-week period, that puts us already in demand or price rationing, and it's demand rationing by price. So where we go from here, one thing I do want to show, and I will look at the canola chart, is where we should be putting in our next targets, because I still feel targeting system is where we're at. But just to finish off the report, again, I feel it's bullish on barley. This is the lowest number we've ever had on barley, and from what I see, barley is going to be growing less overall. Again, that should be one of my February webinars as to seeded acres. I just want to get my whole group done, but just to show the changes. Field peas again. Now, most of you will know since December why I've been talking peas, down 31% from the year previous. And again, what these numbers are, this is December 11 and December of 10. So this kind of shows the trend where we've been going. And you see Now what the trade is looking at is 2 years ago there was 9.8 million in this same report. Now we're down to 7.3, if I'm correct, and we're down 6.8. It even gets uglier as we go forward. So key points, that's the key points is the StatsCan numbers. And another thing I do want to show you is, again, because most of us are under May futures, what I want to look at, and hopefully I don't, let's see if I got to do this quick before it refreshes, but here we go. It looks like we're almost in the midst of a parabolic blow-off. Basically, we could be shooting up sky high, and then of course we crash back down to these levels, you know, after we blow off. Now, it's still too early to say we're in a parabolic blow-off, but when I see only 1, 2, basically, if you include these two red candles here, we have 3 days of down days and nothing really harsh on profit taking, and that is ever since, of course, the 11th of December. So in this time frame, basically from January 11th upwards, we have 3 down days, no profit taking. The trade is showing us they know that we're in a price rationing area. We see that with the strong basis levels. Again, if you go to the website, and all you have to do is click on the basis levels. I mean, for all my years in marketing, which is getting up around nearly 20, we're looking at very strong basis levels. I mean, I don't even have a minus sign, and probably going forward in October, I don't know if we're going to have a minus sign. It could be very close to 0, and that's kind of what I'm shooting for targeting wise. So, you know, strong basis levels are helping encourage farmer selling for whatever's left, but there's very little left. And again, like I said, I will throw out some targets. Now with this report under our belt, we've got a WASDE report coming out Friday from USDA on the 8th. So I don't anticipate the market's going to do much in the next 3 days, but if that is bullish and beans start to blow off, we could see May come into the 645 to 650 range, and past that we're talking $700 a ton futures. So again, that to go from this level to this level is going to take a lot of bullish news. To go from this level to this level, I don't think will take that much, because they have to ration selling somehow, and basically to cover off sales they have to encourage whatever they can to be sold in this level. So you know, I would sit on the sidelines for putting any more targets in until Friday's report comes out, and then you know what, we've got till the end of April to price this May contract. So I mean, there's no big rush. I would be looking though, time frame, it's very tough to say, but probably by the end of February we're going to see a nice little boost up, because March futures will come to a close. So I would say, you know, from February 20th to 28th is where we may see it up in this level here, given there's a bullish report coming out Friday. So I don't want to bore you too much, but thanks for paying attention. And on Friday, I will be doing a little video analysis on the WASDE report coming out from the USDA. Thank you.